Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those joining for the first time, this is not a political poll. This is a spiritual poll. Every Sunday, a group of us come together and we play and sing on this thing that I refer to as the web of creation. And I get this from the Hopi Spider Woman creation story. And there are many cultures that have this same web of creation going on. But I just love that image of what we say, how we dance, how we move on a strand of this web reverberates throughout the whole galactic universe. Is plural. And people, galactic friends, on the other side, plants, trees, animals, on the other side of the web, feel our vibrations. And more importantly, we feel them too. So what we say comes back at us. So it's kind of important to be mindful and not so much, I don't think, and this is just me and maybe I'm being foolish, but not so much to like think out every word, but to make sure that we're coming from a good space when we're saying things. So what I want to look at today, I don't know if that made sense. What I want to look at today is what is our passions during this time? What should we be doing on this path? Maybe that we're ignoring or something? That we know deep down that we should be doing, but we're not? You know, we signed up for this life, and I believe that we, wrote out our contracts, and then when we come down here, we kind of lose the sense of it. We get sidetracked and we forget what we agreed to. And so what is the passion that we agreed to? And what's keeping us from realizing that? The decks I want to look at, this is always the scary one for me, is Dark Mirror. Because this is the same thing on that web of creation. What I say, what I think, comes right back at me. What I say to somebody else is a reflection on me. Dark Mirror. This deck, Sacred Earth Oracle. And then I have my two Mount Shasta decks that I got. The female archangels. Thought we could use a little help there. Let's call in the angels for some guidance. And then last, Through the Eyes of Soul. Through the Eyes of Soul. All right, so let's start off. Let's start off with looking at ourselves. What is our passion? What should we be thinking about? And as always, the interpretations that I give are my own. If you have a different interpretation, that's probably for you. The way you interpret the cards, the way it visually, intuitively, encourage all that and encourage all the comments. Let's see what we get. Ooh, look at us. Okay, let me just throw it on me. Look at me, hiding my true self. It's kind of interesting because how do I know I'm hiding my true self? I've been doing it for a long time. I'm probably really good at it. I'm probably so good at hiding my true self that I don't even know what my true self is anymore. Okay. May need some clarifiers on that one. But that is an individual thing, so I'm not going to do it here. I may do it after the video and go, what am I hiding? What is my true self? What am I hiding from myself? Ooh, naked before the stars. All right. So, hiding your true self. If you show your true self, it feels like you'll be naked in front of the galactic universes. Oh my gosh. That means everybody's going to see you for who you really are. You're going to feel naked. And you're going to feel, okay, not you. There's a good chance that I will feel, if this is me, oh, I am not worthy to be naked in front of the whole universe, showing my true self. I got a wart on my left arm. I probably should have that removed before I, do this. Right? Yeah, maybe I could lose a few pounds. Maybe I could gain a few pounds. My hair's, I should probably go get it cut, shaped at least. Right? We have all these things that we put in the way of just showing who we are. Ooh, anger and chains. Okay, certainly I see this one stopping us. Stopping the true potential of our passions, of what we want to do. Falling into anger. Being held back. And what could that anger be? Again, that would be another clarifying cards for each of us to discover on our own. Certainly anger at the outside world, what we hear there. Maybe it's anger because we think we should be further along on the path. And there's a lot to learn from just being good with where you are on the path. How long it took. Not looking back at would-haves or should-haves or could-haves. There's a freedom of just saying, here I am. Naked on the path, where I am. And not hiding anymore. Okay, moving on. Sacred Earth Oracle. Make it happen. What is the passion? Just make it happen. Just do it. Mix some things together. See what happens. Make magic happen. And sometimes, this is interesting, sometimes what I just heard is that we make magic happen really quick. And we go, wow, look at that. And then we try to recreate it and it doesn't work. Try to recreate it, how it doesn't work. And what is the missing ingredient? Consistency. We maybe skip a step in the recreation process. Consistency in magic. And certainly, the more we show ourselves, the more we allow ourselves to be naked in the stars, the more comfortable it's going to be. Having the consistency of just being out there, letting it shine. And yet, the card says, have a little discernment. All right then. Have a little discernment. Okay. And again, I guess it would be clarifying time. What does that mean for your specific situation? And when I said that, your specific situation, I heard they're all general. There's nothing really that's specifically unique except the tone of the voice is what I hear. And sometimes, you know, the tone is all that matters. Sometimes I'll go, I can't listen to that tone, but I can listen to this tone. So it's perfect. But if we're coming from, you know, the same place of love, I guess, which is what I think we need to be making our decisions with, make decisions with our heart space instead of our head so much. And that's where we see a lot of these large corporations getting in trouble. They're using their heads, their logic, to say, oh, our business model is make money, and yet safety goes out the window because they're not really concerned about anything else. They're not making decisions with their heart. All right, let's move on to, I guess I'm going to do this one. This is the Eyes Through the Soul. Come on now. Seek wisdom of your shamanic guides. There we go. There we go. How do we have discernment? Seek wisdom of your shamanic guides. I love this card. So oftentimes we think that we're by ourselves, we're alone in this, and we're trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong. And if we drop into the shamanic journey and we meet up with our helping spirits, with our power animals, with our spirit guides, our shamanic guides, we can ask them for advice. Is this the right path? Is this the wrong path? What do you need to, what do I need to learn from this particular situation I'm in, this path that I have chosen to walk at this moment? And they may show us another path. They may just nod. They may give us some reassurance. Or they may say, on the wrong path, dude. You're on the wrong path. So anyway, they may say, you're on the right path. This is perfect. Just stay where you are. And it's a life, for me, in my understanding, it's a lifelong practice to seek the wisdom of your shamanic guides. It gets easier and easier, being consistency. And it is magic. It is magic. Some people say it's crazy. And in the past, it really crazy. Now it's a little more accepting, especially in this community. We're not so crazy. We talk to rocks, trees, and animals. Nothing crazy about that. But then some people get all angry. You can't talk to a rock. Yeah, I can. All right. Seek wisdom of your shamanic guides. Share your wisdom with others. Shine your light. And we have another Mount Shasta card. Mount Shasta card. This looks like, in the tarot, the Hermit. And so what this card is referring to is coming down from the mountain from a meeting with her shamanic guides. And maybe her shamanic guides are angels, Telosians, Lemurians. And so she has a meeting with these energy levels, and she comes down and she shines her light of what she learned, of the message that she got. Hiding your true self. Yep. Let it out. Okay. Last card. Not the last card. I have 3 more. Visualize healing. Again, near Mount Shasta. This is Castle Craig, another energy mountain. Visualize healing. So there is a visualization technique, which is use your shamanic tools, go up into a quiet space, be the hermit, visualize this healing, and then bring that healing back down to earth. Now, this woman, in this card, it represents this particular area represents, like, if a man and a woman, a husband and wife, would have a fight, they would go up to this mountain, and the Shah woman would cleanse them with some sage. And in that cleansing, they would find that they would let go of their anger, they would let go of their hurt, and they would use that tool to realize that they're part of one. So when they lash out at the other, they're actually lashing out at themselves. It's that dang web that we talk about. Visualize healing. Another note on the visualize healing. So many of us are, as we're shifting into this new awareness, this new time of making magic, so many of us are finding that we are healers, that we can do the same things as the great shamans, the great, if even so far as healing as Jesus did. And that's what he said in Scripture. Not that I read Scripture that much. We have great abilities to heal ourselves. We have to be consistent. Magic, consistent. Okay, last cards, angel cards. Weave a new story. Yes. Weave a new story. I go back to all the astrological podcasts that I listen to, and they're all talking about this is a time where we get to weave a new story. This is a 13,000-year cycle that we're moving into. What do we want to create? We're letting go of the old, bringing in the new. And of course, when you let go of the old, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of change. Some people don't want that old to let go. Right? They go, well, what am I going to do with all my yachts and all this money that I've made? What am I going to do? I can't just give it up. Well, it's a shift. We're weaving a new story. We're making magic. And there should be some discernment on how we make that magic. Cleanse and detoxify. This is Archeia purity. Cleanse and detoxify. Watch what we eat. Watch what we drink. Well, maybe not watch it so much, but have some discernment on, is this the right foods for me? Is this the right drink for me? Am I eating too much? Am I drinking too much? Am I eating the wrong kinds of food? Are they sustainable? Some of this factory farming stuff that we have in this country, especially around where I live, and I'm sure it's, I know it's in Missouri and Kansas and all that. It's like, that can't be good. It can't be good on any level. And yet we do it by convenience. I had this one friend of mine who I taught a class with. And I actually got to teach in a university. I'm like, whoa, look at me. I'm teaching in a university. Yikes. Yikes. And he said, we are killing ourselves with convenience. And I went, what? Oh my gosh, that shocked me. Like, we are. I'm going to throw away my K-cup machine. And we were talking about that because K-cups just came out at that time, the little Keurig coffee thing, and they weren't recyclable. And they came out, and within a year or two, those little K-cups could go around the world twice. Like, are you kidding? That was just probably from the U.S. and the what they say are the developed nations. I'm not so sure we're developed. Or we developed backwards. Okay. All right. Moving on. Yeah. Thank you. Bring in love. And this is Archeia charity. Bring in love. How awesome is it that many of the last cards that we pull on Sunday with Spirit has to do with the love card. Wow. So I hope this has made some sense on this Sunday. It seems like we need to get a little naked. We need to be out there, show ourselves, let ourselves shine. We may find it a little uncomfortable. We may find that we are still tied to the past too much, that we're hanging on to anger too much. But we have the power to use our magic. And if we do it consistently with discernment and allow our shamanic guides and angels to help us shine the light. And there's a huge healing presence here as we weave a new story, as we cleanse and detoxify the old, let that go, cleanse it, detoxify it. So it's not so much letting it go, it's just cleansing it, detoxifying the things that no longer serve us. And bring in love. Do it with love. That's the passion. That's the key to the passion. All right, thank you all for watching. Have a great Sunday. Peace and love.